Lucky Luciano, the man who reinvented organized crime with vision and strategy. Charles Lucky Luciano was born on November 24, 1897, in Lercura Fritti, Sicily, into a humble family where work was scarce and opportunities limited. From a very young age, he learned that intelligence, wit, and calculated thinking could open doors that brute force alone could never break down. Growing up in a harsh environment taught him that survival required both instinct and long-term planning. After his family emigrated to the United States, Luciano's early years unfolded in a world of dangerous streets, rival gangs, and schools where the lessons came not only from books but also from real-life lessons about power, loyalty, violence, and strategy. Luciano absorbed all of this with the alertness of a child who knew that a single mistake could cost him everything. Luciano quickly understood that violence without method was meaningless. He realized that raw strength only created more enemies, while long-lasting power could be built only through alliances, information, and control. His rise within New York's criminal underworld was not sudden or flashy, it was subtle, quiet, and calculated, much like a chess match in which every move required anticipation of the opponent's response, the possibility of betrayal by an ally, and the emergence of unexpected opportunities. He learned to read people, to decode intentions, and to build networks that operated with near military discipline but with the discretion necessary for preserving the empire he envisioned. Luciano profoundly transformed the structure of organized crime in the United States. Before his influence, gangs were fragmented, territorial, and impulsively violent. After his rise, the criminal world evolved into a more professional, business-oriented, and strategically coordinated system. He founded the famous Commission, a council of mafia leaders responsible for regulating disputes, establishing rules, and coordinating operations among the major families. This system changed the very foundation of organized crime. Luciano was not interested in fame or public recognition, he pursued efficiency, risk management, and absolute control of information. He knew that every mistake carried the potential for disaster. During the Prohibition era, Luciano consolidated his influence even further. He organized the production and distribution of alcohol, secured transportation routes, and built partnerships inside and outside the legal system. His ability to merge illegal activities, legitimate businesses, and political connections proved that a true strategist could transform a criminal empire into something that resembled a corporation. Each operation was coordinated, each conflict anticipated, and each profit meticulously calculated. While others relied solely on brute violence, Luciano combined boldness with caution, power with diplomacy, fear with loyalty. His nickname, Lucky, emerged from a series of incidents that seemed almost miraculous: survival from attacks, escapes from law enforcement, and situations in which fate seemed to protect him. But luck alone could never explain his ascent. Behind every moment of apparent fortune stood intelligence, foresight, and control. Every major decision he made reflected a deep understanding of human behavior, political pressure, and the criminal dynamics of his environment. Despite his wealth and influence, Luciano recognized the fragility of his empire. He understood that the ambition of his allies, the pressure of police investigations, and the unpredictability of public attention could destroy everything he had built in an instant. His life expressed the paradox of power, absolute dominance over others combined with constant vulnerability. Luciano ruled his world with precision, yet he never forgot that every victory was temporary and that every mistake held potentially fatal consequences. Luciano was eventually arrested, convicted, and deported to Italy in 1936. However, even in exile, he maintained influence over mafia operations. He continued to advise emerging leaders of organized crime in the United States, using the networks he had constructed over decades. His adaptability and intelligence showed that power did not depend solely on physical presence but on strategy, reputation, and control of relationships and resources, the backbone of any organization. Today, Lucky Luciano is remembered not only as a criminal but also as the architect of the modern American Mafia. He is recognized as the man who transformed a chaotic, violent underworld into a structured, disciplined, and efficient system. His legacy is contradictory and complex. He is feared yet admired, hated yet deeply studied. Luciano serves as a reminder that power, even illegal power, requires structure, planning, long-term vision, and precise execution. Ultimately, Luciano demonstrated that true greatness, even in the realm of crime, does not lie in violence or notoriety alone. It lies in the capacity to build systems, foresee consequences, and govern with intelligence and control. His life, full of risks and contradictions, reveals the tension between ambition and caution, between law and transgression. He left behind a legacy proving that a single individual, armed with strategy and determination, can reshape an entire system, rewrite rules, and leave an indelible imprint on the history of organized crime. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. Write who you want to see in the next video. The next story could be your choice.